Sunblood Network, home of where you can be taught the technology, your mind, and back. More importantly, right? We got some data points to talk about. Some data points, data. So you need the info in order to get informed. You know what I'm talking about? Setups. Now listen right here. Now you thought the beginning of July was fiery hot, right? You think we done. No, we not. So with that being said, we got something more to talk about. We got to talk about this video. Yeah, we're gonna let everybody come on inside the chat. You know what I'm talking about? You're right there. We're gonna let everybody come inside the chat. You know what I'm saying? Before we begin this galactic video, this information and data. You know what I'm saying? On this galactic Sunday. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So, with that being said, right? What's going on at the top? The sun. Huh? Now, some people think like this. They think that the consciousness, right, of the sun, they think that it's moving closer. That's not that. The sun has an ability to pull. Understand? Pull you towards me. You understand that? I don't got to fly over there to you. It's going to pull you right on over there. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about the sun. Now listen, okay, right? A lot of people not going to catch this. Why? A lot of people into their AI programming. So they're not paying attention, right, to what's above them, what's going on. They may catch it a little bit later, or it might be too late. You know what I'm talking about? But we had to talk about this, right? Because what a lot of people don't understand in this world right here is that you have natural tech, you have artificial tech, right? Someone thought it was a good idea, right, in order to take the soul from the planet and allow people and soulless beings be upon the planet. See? Something similar to what you would say be robots, CPUs, NPCs, right? Those are not real beings, okay? They're not, okay? They're locked down to the system. And they want to remain locked down to the system. You understand? So just because you want to be locked down to the system, it doesn't mean that life like that stays like that. You understand? Just because you sign up for robotality, right, consciously, doesn't mean that robots get to live forever. You understand? Even though someone tried to build a robotic world where they thought that souls shouldn't be upon the earth and robots should be upon the earth. No. So, right, allow everybody to come inside this galactic live right here so we can get this info and data, right? Get these data points. Now that's some apple juice right there. 100% too. Shit good. You gotta watch out when you're picking your juices out there, right? Make sure you turn the label around. Make sure it says 100% juice. For some odd reason, the humanoid programs are buying drinks that look like juice, but they're not juice at all. Some of these drinks got 10% juice. If this is 10% juice, what else is in here? Water and sugar? I'm good. So you put 10% juice at the bottom and then fill it up with water and sugar? Yeah, I'm good. I don't want nothing to do with it. That's magic trick juice. Yeah, you magic tricking people's minds. You like, it is juice. It's Arizona. It's 10% juice in there. That's not juice. What's wrong with you people? Yeah, I gotta be robots if you ain't aware of that. Okay? Alright. You like the hat, right? You ain't gotta say nothing. I already know what your mind reading. We're gonna wait for other people to come on in. The ones that speak, some of y'all just watch. I'll be watching y'all too. Little do y'all know, I be watching y'all motherfuckers. You don't even know that, do you? Be watching y'all too. Y'all be quiet. Y'all be like this. Just watch. Just don't say nothing. Just watch. What's happening with it? I'm not saying who that is. You know what I'm saying? They said, sup, brother? What's happening with it? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna wait for the others to come in. Basically, what we about to do is we're about to watch a video real quick, little 15-minute video real quick. And the reason why I wanted to get into this video is because a lot of people may not be aware. We're about to go through another heat dome again in America. No, stop. You thought July was hot, right? You listen. What's that, June, July? You know August is one of the hottest months, right? No, you think July is the hottest month. Ah, shit. Go in there to August, you'll be like, oh my God. It's okay. I know everybody trying to run from the sun, but you gotta come outside. You got to. Okay? Don't be afraid, baby, all right? Just get your life right. You're gonna be okay, okay? I know down there in the third dimension, right? As the conscious of what y'all became, you know, y'all feel like y'all run everything. This is what I'm asking y'all. Y'all supposed to control everything as humans. Why y'all not controlling the sun? That's what y'all told us. Y'all raised us up as kids, ain't that right? Y'all told us y'all control the whole fucking world. It look like that sun is proving that y'all lie to yourselves, okay? All right, let's get into the tech real quick. You are funny. I know I am, baby. Give me a second right here. All right, let's get into this right here. Let me get over here, because they be trying to look all over the place and stuff. They do. Watch the eyeballs. There we go. See that right there? Warning. That's deadly fungal storm right there. Sweeps right there. America right here with toxic dust. God damn. What? Carrying disease. Let's see what your tech. Come on, let's play that. My man right here. See my man right there? He gonna tell you everything about it right there, all right? All right.
This is getting worse, and you guys need to be prepared. Brand new articles coming out. Heat wave set to scorch the U.S. as meteorologists warn unusually large heat dome, and this is not to be played with. I've got new updates on that. You guys need, it is going to be hot. They're saying we're going to be breaking records, all-time records. And what's coming with all this heat? Warning, as deadly fungal storm sweeps America with toxic dust carrying diseases. Boy,
yes.
What are we in for? I'm going to
yes.
you guys the latest on this coming right up.
Yes. Be in the knowing, okay? You might want to be in the knowing.
All right, guys, welcome back. A lot of you guys thought that this heat thing was going to come and go. Not so fast.
Not so
They're
fast.
saying that this super El Nino, not specifically considered a super El Nino, but last week was 60%. Now it's up to 80% that this will be a super El Nino. Last super El Nino was in 1877. Got a video on that in case you missed it. We're talking about world-changing events where 40 million people didn't make it. So when they're throwing around Super El Nino, setting records, all-time records, like, this is not to be toyed with. And I've been watching closely. Is it subsiding?
What did he say? There's about 40 million that did not make it, okay? Are y'all that 40 million that's in there? No. Get back to your daily programming, human beings.
Getting worse. Looks like it's getting worse. This
Yeah.
image right here, straight from the NOAA. A lot of those dark areas are 110, even up to 115 degrees.
God damn.
The lower 48 are bracing for an
Hold on. Hold. Is that New York in the background sitting on fire? Hold on. Let me see that. Oh my God. Let me see that.
Been watching closely. Is it subsiding or is it getting worse? It looks like it's getting worse. This image right here, straight.
Oh my God. That reaches all the way to New York? Oh my God. Y'all in trouble.
NOAA. A lot of those dark areas are 110, even up to 115 degrees. Most of the Americans in the lower 48 are bracing for an unusually large, strong, and long-lasting heat dome, which the National Weather Service warns will drive temperatures to significant and dangerous levels.
The solar belt states, y'all gonna be okay. It's the blue states that's about to get crushed out. The solar belt states, y'all are okay. It's the blue states that's gonna get crushed out. Pay attention.
About droughts, I'm thinking of
There's a reason why sun belt states and you have blue states. Pay very close attention to that, okay? All right.
crazy wildfires walking hand in hand with super El Nino. We're looking at super bipolar weather, from storms to wind, wildfires, raging floods. And when hurricanes are usually unlikely with a super El Nino, well, they're saying this one's different because we've got possible tornadoes kicking up just about everywhere. Not to mention the typhoons. This is a new update. The severe heat wave is set to begin this weekend and persist for at least a week, with some regions experiencing its effects through the end of the month, according to meteorologists. Most people will be experiencing 15 to 25 degrees higher than normal. That means when you guys thought you're going to get a break through the night, and get a break, it's still hot, still sweating inside. A lot of people going to be running power, and what has happened in the past when a lot of people run power to run their AC? Rolling blackouts, scheduled blackouts, because of the power surge. They're going to ask you, or just turn off your power and say, hey, got to slow it down. Everybody's using too much power. We've seen it before, and this is looking like a tall tale sign that we're probably going to see it again. So real quick, just make sure you guys.
I'm gonna give you a reply about your reply in just a minute.
Run when the power's out. So
I like your reply though.
as well. Staying cool. Staying
Very
wet,
intelligent.
Damp cloths, damp towels. You know, there's a lot of things you guys can do. So Swain, a climate scientist with the University of California Agriculture and Natural Resources, described the impending event as pretty remarkable. He added, "This is going to be a long duration, widespread, and high intensity heat.
I used to live in San Antonio.
Going to affect millions of people for over a week." I feel like we've been already experiencing it for like a month.
Yeah.
What comes after that? I have a feeling more super El Nino type tactics. And again, I'm glad you guys are back. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you guys like me bringing value, stuff that you don't have to research. And let me know down in the comments real quick, are you experiencing it? In what state and what temperatures are you experiencing? So they're saying that this high pressure dome, which effectively traps the hot air like a lid while blocking cool winds and rain, will initially settle over the northern plains. Its immense size means it will ensure sweltering conditions across as much as 2/3 of the continental United States. And you need to know what areas
2/3
are going to be experiencing the worst. Forecasters anticipate record triple-digit highs this weekend. Nevada, Utah, Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota.
Slow down.
They're saying that 90% of the United States will have record.
I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm not. Don't take this personally, right? 6672. We just watched a bunch of wind and rain and cold, everything down here in South Carolina. What I'm gonna say about, I'm not saying this personally to you, bro, right? Some of y'all South Carolina people, y'all starting to move like New Yorkers.
Or broken. So as things are getting hot, you guys are trying to figure out how to sleep at night, or you need to subsidize all of the energy that you're using through the power grid or whatever, watch this video right here.
I went around some Kentuckys. I was working around some Kentuckys. They didn't have the mindset of controlment, okay? For some reason, I was working around some Carolinas. And some Carolinas was operating like the same mindset as New Yorkers. Controlment. Do you understand? All right.
you guys how to make an at-home air conditioner. But all you need is a fan and some frozen bottles. It's super easy. I'll put links to these videos down in the description and the pinned comment. They say that Climate Central's analysts utilize 20 different computer models, comparisons, forecasts to conditions expected without greenhouse gas included, warming, ensuring a huge climate shift index. They're saying 20,000 square mile stretch. They're saying 24 million people will be experiencing that throughout the end of the weekend and into next week. And I can show you tons of
24 million.
images of
Yay.
crazy temperatures that we're going to see. But the other scary thing that's coming along with this is a deadly fungal storm, and it's getting worse fast. This headline, warning as deadly fungal storm sweeps America with toxic dust carrying disease. Look at this right here, a massive dust storm seen passing over Arizona. These storms can carry fungal spores which cause valley fever. And that's not all. There's another thing that's spreading. I'm going to tell you here in just a second. But with this toxic dust carrying diseases, it's all over the news. Giant storm filled with potentially deadly fungal spores are set to sweep across at least 11 states this summer, with the worst conditions still weeks away. What are we getting set up for here? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Meteorologists and health experts have warned that dust storms in the southwest will stir up dangerous fungal spores from the soil through September, potentially exposing millions to valley fever. I mean, listen, you got a lot from this to weather that kind of says, hey, you guys are going to need to stay indoors.
Yeah.
Who wants the jungle fever or the valley fever? I mean, dang. They're saying the common illness is a lung infection caused by breathing in microscopic fungus particles called coccidioides that live in dry soil, frequently blown around with strong desert winds. Anyway, I could read through this whole article, but I'm just hitting kind of the highlights. The spores turn into growing fungal cells in the immune system. It typically fights off, but causing mild flu-like symptoms such as fever, cough, headaches, and patients. But they're saying that the severe infections can spread. And I'm talking about to the organs and bones and be fatal. Now you're wondering what states could be bad. I'm going to tell you. Illness could soon skyrocket in the southwest, including California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, and...
Can I ask you a question? Is it okay, right, to control Eyes of Flame, Hero Wool, Skin of Bronze? Is it okay to do that? Okay, if it's okay to do that in the third dimension, right, then what the sun, right, is summoning, it's okay. No, stop. You live in the third dimension. I understand. Is it okay to disrespect Eyes of Flame, Hero Wool, Skin of Bronze? That's normal, isn't it? So what we normalizing is 150 degree weather. No, let me lower that down. My bad, bro. About 125 degree weather, 130 degree weather. Normalize that. Normalize rain. Normalize health being fucked up. Normalize all of it. Because you know why? It's normal to fuck over an image of Eyes of Flame, Hero Wool, Skin of Bronze. That's normal, ain't it? So the sun is just normalizing, summoning what he wants. You don't like that, do you? Because you can't control that shit, can you? Let's get to the data points in this motherfucker. There you go.
They're talking about it's not even going to peak until October. Like, good Lord. And that's not even the only thing that everybody's dealing with right now. There's another big one. This just out today. Dozens hospitalized with cyclosporiasis as cases of gastrointestinal illnesses spike in 31 states.
Excuse me, sir. This is not a fear-mongering tactic. Update technology is mine. What you got to understand right now, what's happening in front of you, this is not to fearmonger people. This is something that you can't control as a viewer. Furthermore, what you have to understand is that the sun is not a sun. The sun is actually a consciousness. What's happening around the consciousness of Earth is that the sun is inherent in the Earth. This is information and data that you're not actually in tune with. This is not something that you would really even give a fuck about as a whole. But this is what's going on as a whole. So what you have to understand is that it's not fear mongering. Everybody has to understand, right, that your body is technology. when you were on this ram, you're supposed to obtain yourself. No matter what measures that you have to go through, you have to obtain yourself. What you have to understand is that when it comes to the physical variation of consciousness, that the physical variation of consciousness would be the moon. Can I ask you a question? Did the moon actually turn into what it's supposed to within itself, which is a crescent? It did not do that. Majority of all y'all's minds are synchronized with the moon. Understand that when it comes towards the moon and the sun, both of them are consciousness, okay? As human beings, you did not want to follow the solar variation of the sun. So with that being said, this is the reason why you're experiencing what you're experiencing now. Do you see how you say it's too hot? It's this, it's such and such. Well, think about all the souls upon the earth that said it was too cold. Think about all the souls that was upon the earth that you disrespected. Think about all the souls that you said fuck them to. Think about all the souls and all the riches that you tried to steal from souls. This is the aftermath. This is not karma, baby. This is not karma. This is only what happens. Do you understand? So if you want to hate Christ, Christ is just showing you what happens. This is not no fear mongering, bro. Okay? You human beings did something, and you all are in fear because you all gonna pay the price of what you done. Okay? So this ain't no fear money tactics, ain't none of that. Because on the simple fact, you human beings can't control the sun, can you? But you want to crucify the sun, right? All right then. What's wrong with y'all today? Y'all know what's bracking out here?
This is a big deal. Watch this.
So health officials today are trying to figure out what's behind a surge in that parasitic illness we've been telling you about, the one that's making people super sick with the explosive diarrhea, with the fatigue, with the bloating. And health officials think this could all be caused by contaminated produce. They've seen outbreaks before linked to things like raspberries, basil, those pre-chopped bags of mixed lettuce at the grocery store. This thing shows no sign of slowing down with.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Get to the data points, bro. Real quick. You see how they telling you that it's something in the produce, right? Something in the produce. Is that produce 3D printed, motherfucker? Setups. Is that real produce inside the grocery store, motherfucker? Think about that. Okay? All right. They gonna get this work today, ain't they? Gonna get this work. You think about that, okay? All right.
Spread, right? More than 1,200 cases across a dozen states right now.
Get past this daggone thing. They got the commercials on. Come on now, YouTube. What y'all doing?
Governor Hochul supports the Federal Scholarship Tax Credit Program. These scholarships will expand opportunities for students in New York. Students can receive funding for after-school programs, tutoring, classroom technology, and more.
What that mean? What you talking about? Hold on. What you talking about getting paid? What you talking about, bro?
Governor Hochul will ensure students have access
What you talking about?
to educational support.
Something I need to know? Let me know what's happening with it, bro.
Governor Hochul for supporting the Federal Scholarship Tax Credit Program.
You said getting paid. What you talking about?
So Doug, who you taking? Norway. Yeah, I'm all in. Huh. Interesting bet. Do some talking.
Hold on. I don't think he understands what you're saying. I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is, you said, hold on, slow down. He had said, right? You getting paid on you getting paid on here yet? I'm like, what you talking about though? Like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then you said, I'm asking for myself, like from YouTube. Okay, if you was asking from yourself, right? Yourself would have answered the answer. You just said you asked yourself. Why yourself ain't answer the answer? Why you looking for the answer in my mind? Setups. I'm just asking you a question, bro. Everything all good over there, right? You gotta put me on to what you're talking about, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Sir, that is always an immediate yes for me.
My husband has been initiating the Benjamin again.
Okay?
By the way, in
All
Michigan
right.
alone, 700. Yikes. Normally, Michigan.
Guys, I'm bringing this up because this is all at the same time as a crazy heat wave in the weather. Explosive days of explosive diarrhea. That sounds horrible in the middle of 3-digit temps that are record breaking, right? So this is good to know about because has no, like you just said, it has no signs of slowing down. Like this thing is just going to skyrocket because of all this hot weather.
Normally, Michigan, in a typical year, sees about 50 cases.
Questions like that, I would keep to myself.
Now, why is it way
I wouldn't tell you that, bro.
Yeah, Hallie, a couple of things are happening. It's warm weather, and that's definitely a source of cyclosporin, which is causing this illness, is a single cell parasite that just loves this type of weather. On top of that, we've seen record cases because doctors are looking for it. You mentioned that the symptoms are pretty typical of like what we would say is explosive diarrhea. That tends to lead people to come into a doctor's office. But once we know that this is happening, we start to try to track this down, and thus we find even more cases. It has to do with contaminated water, with human feces, getting into that produce, covering low-lying fruits and vegetables, typically cilantro, basil, mixed lettuce, as you mentioned. Those are things that I would warn people. You don't need to avoid, but you need to be very careful in washing those items. And something that we don't talk about enough, open water sources, ponds, lakes. It's summer, so we're in a lot of those settings, and that's contributing to the rise too, Helen.
Do they know specifically, like we're showing different produce, people know to wash their produce, they haven't identified specifically what could be linked to this particular outbreak, right?
No, and it's hard because the incubation period is about 1 to 2 weeks, so that can be a long period of time. Imagine talking to a patient who's got this diarrheal episode, and then you say, Hallie, what have you eaten over the last 2 weeks?
And that's just it. Trying to figure out what food that you ate over the last 2 weeks is ridiculous. And so they have no idea exactly where this is coming from, where the sources are. All they know is this hot weather and this heat dome is making it exceptionally worse. Now, the advice I can give you is when you get your produce, it's good to put it in the refrigerator because it sounds like this foodborne parasite does not like cold air.
Let me show you. Slow down.
Whatever's happening with it, throw it in the fridge.
See, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Notice that they're not talking about wild caught fruits. They're only talking about produce that you can buy in the store. Now, when you do your research, you're gonna come to realize, like, hold on, bro. You can actually buy wild fruits. You can buy that. And they don't have none of the parasites that is inside your grocery stores. You understand? All right. So with that being said, if you listen very well, it really comes down to the produce that's within the stores. They're not talking about wild caught produce. They're not talking about produce, right, that has not been domesticated. Majority of the produce that you eat is domesticated. You understand? It's not wildly grown. What happens is the person that is monitoring the produce, they allow it to grow at a certain point and then they cut it off. You understand what I'm saying? It's like looking at a watermelon, right? It's like you getting a watermelon from New York that we know are very small, look like they come from 3D printers, and then you get a watermelon from Florida. When you get the watermelon from Florida, you're like, bro, why is this watermelon so big? Because it's wild. They kept letting it grow more and more and more. New York people don't do that. What they do is they only have produce for a certain amount of time, right? They're not good farmers or good growers in New York. Not really like that. Because when you look at the produce that they obtain, you understand like, yeah, the produce is at its lowest point. Thank you. Floridians, right? Wild caught ones, what you understand is, yeah, this is fully grown. And can I ask you a question? Have you ever seen a banana with seeds in it? No. That's because the bananas that you're eating are domesticated. Those are not real bananas, okay? So let me ask you a question. Why is it that the food that we eat, that we think is produce, which is 3D printer, because how do I know? There's certain produce that I take and I try to burn it and it don't burn. I'll cut it in half and watch the time when it rot and it don't rot. So you might want to pay attention to the produce of what they're talking about. They didn't say wild caught produce. They only said produce of what they actually make. You understand that? So it sounds like it's coming to an end of 3D printing foods, setups. Let me show you, baby. Right here, you see France right here? You see Germany? Stop looking at the color. Pay attention to the refrigerators there. Their refrigerators, right, then got hit by the sun, right? I'm going to say this. Their power grids then got hit by the sun. Understand? And when the power grid got hit, what happens is, you see the refrigerators that they got? All they meat went spoiled. You listen to me. The sun is undefeatable. The sun is definitely intelligent. The sun wants you to, you know what the sun wants you to do? Stop eating dead shit. Now, if that ain't a direct hit to you and you don't understand what the fuck going on inside your matrix, he did that in front of you. Okay? Let me get back to the data points over here and whatnot, whatever the case may be. Come here real quick. Come here, you, right here. Come here. Come, you. That is a great fucking comment you just put. Come to the forefront. Yes, this comment right here is luxurious. Christians are in real trouble. We're gonna talk about what they tried to do today. It's a reason why you just said that. Okay? Watch the connections. Christians are in real trouble at this time because they can't stop worshiping. That's not what they that right there. I agree with that too. Okay? Slow down. Come here, Christian people. How y'all doing today? We doing all right. Christian people see me walking up the street, right? Looking luxurious, right? Like a high-tech soul. You know what I'm talking about? Black lady, right? That's a Christian, right? She like, hey, how you doing? We want you to come to our congregation because you can see the light with them, don't you? So you want souls to come inside your congregation. Luxurious, ain't it? You think I ain't catch that? So you want souls to come to your congregation because you can see the light within me. Can I ask you a question? You want me to use my soul in order to empower your, what is that thing, that little pocketbook thing you throw around the couch? Around the church? The plate, boys and gals. You know what I'm talking about, right? That's what you want from me, some damn money. I told the lady, I said, unfortunately, I cannot join your congregation or come with inside your household. The reason why that is because if I step inside your church, it cuts me off to the sun. Today is Sunday, right? Today is Sunday. So I need to be spending many a times, right? And allow the technology of my vessel, the technology of my conscience to upgrade and get upgraded, right? With the solar variation of conscience that's above all of us. Excuse me, ma'am. Why would I walk into your congregation when your eyebrows is artificial, when your face got makeup and that's artificial, when you cut your whole hair off and just wore a wig and that's artificial? I'm supposed to walk in the house of God and everybody looking artificial as fuck. My man right here over 300 pounds. Body is what? Unaligned. So if everybody unaligned inside your congregation and I'm the one that's walking through that's aligned, why the fuck would I sign up for a congregation that's unaligned towards itself? Look at y'all bodies. Praise God. Praise death inside your bodies. Setups.
And really slow that all down and maybe kill it. The other thing is using a good vegetable wash. I've told you where I shop. It's non-toxic ingredients, American made. It's what we use to wash all of our vegetables. It's a non-toxic one. Like, it's a really good non-toxic version.
And said the sun is the only true God.
Links back down in the description, and you can order just one thing. You just have to request to our team to give you a
shit, they awakening there, ain't they?
ordering more and becoming a member.
They going through their awakenings in that joint. I see you in there.
Non-member link. I just want the vegetable wash, and you're good to go. Now I could deep dive into this potential super El Nino, which I think is what we're gonna see. And we've got all this crazy stuff. It's not just the weather. It's not just this prolonged heat stuff.
It ain't. You ain't got to do all that if you was doing right with yourself. Come here.
And we don't know until it comes.
Let me show you something that you didn't understand with yourself real quick. You're paying attention to your color, right? And you didn't understand, right, that when you was watching the first Matrix, right, just because you have that color doesn't mean that you could have lived the life of yourself and obtained soul. This doesn't come down to your color, okay? I have many of ones that you will call pale. They're on my team too. Setups.
And I hope for the best, but we're already seeing a lot of signs, symptoms that this weather phenomenon that's happening right now that's setting records and not set to go anywhere, only to get worse. We're going to be dealing with it for a little while. So being aware, knowing what's going on, being prepared as much as possible, going into next year even, like they said, this super El Nino will affect us until next year. So I think it's definitely a time to pay attention, do what you can, and always be aware so that you guys aren't caught off guard. Good thing is you got me. I'll keep doing research, I'll keep dropping videos. If you guys are not getting notifications, click off the notifications, click off the subscribe, and then subscribe right back. Some people are saying they're not getting notifications to the videos. I wonder why. Anyway, throw me in a comment, share this out, make sure people are aware. I got a lot more coming down the pipe. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing. We'll see you on the next one.
Yeah. Anyways, get back to rocking and rolling. Right. So let's get into this data point real quick. You already got your rough draft right there, right? All right, let's get into this real quick. So let's just pay attention, right? When I showed you the video, it's not to make you fearmonger, okay? If you understand with the technology of your body, right, that your body holds information and data, okay? Just as much as you say you eat food, your body holds food, if that's the way how you understand it, okay? Now, what you have to understand is that some people upon this earth understand what the consciousness of the sun is doing. They understand, okay? What you have to understand is that the consciousness of the sun can make the earth go through a cleansing. You didn't look at it like that, right? You looked at it like the sun is doing straight chaos on motherfuckers. Can I ask you a question real quick? Is it chaos when the human beings is practicing a certain practice called the solar eclipse? That's normal, ain't it? What happens if the sun is getting sick of that shit? What you human beings was doing on the earth? What y'all was doing? Was y'all being great with the sun? Can I ask you a question? Do you have any technology that's upon this earth besides solar panel devices? Right, that actually gives access towards the sun? Y'all got a bad practice of trying to keep the technology of the sun away from y'all. How is you paying an electric bill, right, when the technology of the sun give us free solar power? Why you think he's destroying? Let's stop. Why you think he's destroying your energy grids? Because he's like, that shit is fake. That's why he's doing that, okay? You might want to, this is what I'm gonna say, right? Just hear me out. You might want to just build the world with the sun. If you build a world against the sun, you know what it's going to do? It's going to do what it's doing right fucking now. And we're watching this shit. Human beings, I'm going to simply say this. I understand that y'all minds operate in controlment. Like we control every fucking thing. Yeah. Like, let me ask y'all a question. Is that shit working right now? It's not working. Okay? It's not. The moon is not helping y'all. Y'all getting hit. Okay? Y'all might want to take it a little easy up in here. You know what I'm talking about? Slow down. Have some self-respect for the technology of your bodies. Get the cleansing your bodies. Stop putting parasites within your body. Let me tell you what's going on. A lot of y'all putting information and data that's very harmful to the technology of your body. And what's happening in this new energy is eradicating the shit. And you understand? Like the sun, the sun is getting sick of sickness. You know how you take your body? I don't care. I just want to do whatever I want to do with it. And the sun is getting sick of that. The sun is getting sick of, like, let me see this right here. Why are you doing the technology of your vessel like that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? So you get on Earth, right, just to put trash and demonic things in your body? This is why the sun is tearing everything up. It's showing you like the sun is the biggest thing compared to everybody, including demons too. They little motherfuckers. They ain't nobody, okay? And so what's happening is consciously, I keep telling y'all, when it comes to the consciousness of the earth, right? The consciousness of the earth is the mother. Do you understand? Remember, human beings is the one that said, yeah, fuck Mother Earth, this, that, and the third. Put concrete over her fucking head. And that concrete is a reflection of what the sun went through, which is a crown of thorns on his head. But then you humans put a crown of concrete on her head. You know why you did that, right? It ain't because of no motherfucking cars, bro. Stop playing with me. Y'all did that because y'all understand that these roads give access towards what? The sun. And when the sun shine down, what happens? what happens? You know what I'm talking about. The light codes. The light codes of the consciousness of the sun comes towards the earth. What happens is the mother, she intakes it. She operate with soul too. So if this is a soulless world, of course you would try to cut Mother Earth off towards the sun. Why? Because on the simple fact, he operate with soul. If he transfers soul from his consciousness to her consciousness, guess what happens? He's in there too. See? And this is what the world is afraid of. This is what I would say to y'all. If y'all did not murder, tell him, bro. If y'all didn't murder the first solar Christ that was here, a lot of things wouldn't be happening the way it's happening. Do you understand what I'm saying? Remember, the image, you know the image of the Christ. How many times have you saved memories in the technology of your mind of disrespecting that image? This not a color thing here. It's an image. And someone and all people took that one image and said, fuck this image. And you can do that, bro. But this the repercussions right here. Do you understand the tech? Okay? It's not a color thing. Everyone has done this. Do you understand? Everyone. Okay? Let me get over here. Now, this is not a color wave thing. What you have to understand is this, right? Let's pay attention to the game. When it comes towards images that look like us, right? It's hitting them too. Yes, it's hitting them too. Pay attention to them today. What y'all is? We a color? It's okay. But everyone know, like in our reality, they're a reflection of the Christ anyway. Even if they want to accept it or not, or be ignorant to themselves. The reason why the world is doing what it's doing, because everyone know, like, yeah, the Christ resides within them. So if they're doing it, right, everyone know, like, they really at the top, even though they play like they at the bottom, right? And the image that they have is literally the Christ image. And look at what they're doing with it. Oh, this is right here, right? Right? This is right? Oh no, we just black people. Oh, so we became traitors to ourselves then. Yeah, because in the original identification system doesn't come down to some damn being black. Fuck is this? None of that is real. So what are y'all doing with Christ's image? Let's get to it. Let's get to it. You can't confuse me. Let me tell you something real quick. First off, I see what some of y'all doing right now, right? This is what you got to understand. The swastika sticker is not something disrespectful to me. Setups. I had told you I'm not a humanoid program. The swastika sticker is not disrespectful to me. Do you see how I sit here and just fucked over your conscience with that comment? Do you look at your conscience? Like, what? The swastika sticker is not disrespectful to you. No, it's not disrespectful to me. I know what it stands for. I know exactly what it stands for. Okay? So the infiltration of what you are doing towards yourselves, right, y'all actually got that symbol from somewhere else. And it ain't little boy that Hitler that's seen it first. He's seen it secondly. Okay? That swastika sticker comes from somewhere else, little do you know. I know where it comes from, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. They thought they had one there, didn't they? Oh shit, they thought they had one, didn't they? Oh, I'm done. Like, come here, right here. The original people that carried the swastika sticker, right, those are my people. Not the people that carry the swastika sticker today, right? But I understand the message of what they're doing, okay? The original people that carry that swastika sticker, we're laughing at you as a whole, boy. They always come with the program tactics, right? I'm not a program, bro. Now the AI is thinking like, hold the fuck on, what's going on here? He's supposed to respond in a different way. What the fuck is this? He just knocked out my whole programming. Right. I know the original context of that swastika, okay? I know where it originally comes from. Hitler, right, is the second one in line to use it. Ooh, when you know yourself, right? You get to know some shit that the world don't want you to know, ain't it? But you want me to respond to it like a stereotype, ain't that right? Ooh, you never seen that on the internet, have you? I know, baby. When you meet something real, you thought you was gonna get one, right? I know. This is not an NPC or a program that you have customized or made. You understand that? Come in a different way, okay? Have a nice day. Wait till I tell the ones on the other side what I just seen. They gonna get to cracking the fuck up too. Furthermore, I want to enlighten you something. Me and my crew, we don't eat chicken. The reason why that is, the technology of the chicken, right? When you receive it, the technology of the chicken is in a dead state. You understand? Means that the meat is about to go into a rotten state. We would never eat something like that because the information and data of that chicken is already of death. So why would I interject information and data of a chicken that carries the body of a parasite within it and allow it to transfer towards me so I can be his new host? I keep telling you, the programs that y'all customized and made, we are not that. Ain't this shit funny? Okay? You got us confused, understand? Now, you notice after that exchange with that swastika couldn't say nothing back, right? Right. When you outside the program, right? The program can't do anything to you. Do you understand? So that proves to you I'm not in the program. If I was in the program, I would have responded as the program. Understand? I understand the program. I am the program. Okay? Have a nice day. When you invent this shit, you know this shit, don't you? So why would that infiltrate my mind if I use it to infiltrate their minds? Setups. Okay? Know what you see if you know yourself, all right? All right. Anyways, I plug them into the third dimension of making their minds think I'm a black man, okay? No. I did that, okay? But I own your mind by doing that. Damn! Okay? You'll be all right, all right? All right, you have a nice day, okay, in there, okay? You never met someone like me before, have you? I don't know. You have yourself a nice one. Anyways, let's get to that real quick. Let me see that right there. He said humanity is so bad in America because of the ACs you guys use in every room. This is what I would simply say to you, right? You can sit in the house. You can use the AC thingy right there if you want to. But always understand that the AC is technology too. We agree on that, right? But what you have to understand is that the sun, right, is smart enough to heat it up to a certain degree where it goes kaboom. Now you're sitting in the house being hot. See, what a lot of people think they can do is this. They think they can run from the solar heat. Right? The technology of your body is supposed to be aligning with it. Come here. I've been said this over 3 summers ago. I'm going to give it to you again. The technology of your body, right, needs to identify with the information and data of Earth. Do you know what the information and data of Earth is? It's not fucking dead chicken, boys and girls. Okay? It's all the natural produce that's upon this planet. You understand? Now, pay attention. If your body identifies with the information and data, right, of the planet, right, what happens is you don't have to worry about sickness. You're not going to be going through the things that the other people are going through. Do you see me going through any of that stuff? No, because majority of the information and data that I receive and install inside the hardware of my vessel, right, is nothing more than majority of produce. Do you understand? I understand that the body, right, has to be verified by the consciousness of earth. The only way your body can be verified is if you install the information and data of the consciousness of this earth. That's what you have to understand, okay? Earth and the sun, right, operate as one. They don't operate separately. You understand? So if you pay attention to produce, produce is pretty much telling the technology of your body how you're supposed to get there consciously, if you call it heaven, okay? The technology of your body need to be holding the information and data of earth. Now, what happens is, being that you connected to earth, you naturally gonna connect with sun, because earth is a natural source of energy, a natural source of information and data before human beings became here to try to change it unnatural. But the earth is natural, understand? The whole earth is natural, understand? The earth is not unnatural, you understand? It's just that unnatural beings came to this world and tried to make it unnatural. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right then. So with that being said, right, a lot of people not understanding that. And what's happening is, we have had more than enough time, right, to actually get prepared. You understand? What's happening is, let me show you. We are in I'm gonna be honest with you, for real. I feel like consciously, we are going through different dimensions. And the reason why I say that is because it seems as though when it comes to everything that's around us, the dimensions are changing. You understand what I'm saying? So let's just say you're unaware, right? Now we could be in dimension 6. And let's just say you totally unaware. The reason why you're unaware is because, pay attention. Remember, everyone, right, didn't unplug, right, from, what is that word that I'm looking for? Stimulation? Being stimulated. Understand? A lot of people didn't unplug from that. Okay? I'm going to take it slow so you can understand what I'm saying. You might be in a higher dimension consciously, right? Other ones might be in a lower dimension consciously. What you have to understand is that when it comes towards the information and data, right, of what you're eating, right, a lot of people still have the information and data of artificial ingredients within them. You understand? You know what artificial ingredients are, right? Artificial, A, ingredient I. It's artificial. It's an artificial ingredient, which is it's an artificial form of information and data. It's AI. In order to become AI, you have to install AI inside the hardware of your vessel. The AI that you're installing, that you think is an artificial ingredient, right, it's the software. Your body is the hardware. All hardware holds the information and data of the software. You understand that with technology, right? You know, if you ain't understand that when you went through school, then you need to smack the fuck out your teacher. I know you went through computer class. Your computer class didn't tell you that the hardware of the computer holds software. It's the same way with your body. Your body is the original hardware. The things that you put in is the software, including entertainment as well. Okay? Anything that's projected to you is the software. Anything that you eat, input, is the software. Understand? So when you look at the technology of anything, it operates the same way as you. There ain't nothing different. What? Because it appear different? It's a replica of you. If you understand the technology of your vessel, okay? So it ain't nothing different, okay? Now let's get into this a little bit more. Now, remember what I had said earlier. I had said that some people didn't unplug to what some people say is the system. The system comes with forms of information and data, right? In order to stimulate, understand? Stimulation, right? That some people say we are in a, what's that one word they love to use so much? You're in a stimulation, right? A simulation. Is that the right word that I need to be using? A simulation? A simulation, right? Okay, if I'm using the right word. But in order to be in that simulation, your technology of your mind has to be stimulated, okay? So let's just pay attention to your mind, right? Let's just say you want to stay in a lower dimension of consciousness. Let's say you want to stay in the third one, right? You're like, I don't want to go nowhere else. I'm going to show you how you do it. That way you can stay there. And then we're going to watch what happened to you, okay? All right, so what you do is this, right? No, I'm just trying to tell you, okay? I told you how to get out. Now I'm going to tell you how to get back in, okay? What you do is you go to the store right here, right? And you get you some artificial ingredients, right? The artificial ingredients is the software towards the hardware of your vessel. Right. What happens is when you eat, you're installing, okay? Now, what happens is when you're installing, the information and data is going down your information transfer that you call an esophagus, okay? That's what's happening. The information is being transferred that you call an esophagus. This right here transfer information and data. That's what it does, okay? Now, the first mind or brain that some people like to say is your stomach. The reason why that is because your so-called stomach processes information and data just like your mind and brain. Do you understand that? So let me show you. After that information and data is processed, understand that the technology of your body is going to hold, okay? Everything that you think came out your anus or your asshole, some of that information and data was saved within you. You understand? Understand that a lot of people have been compromised. Do you know what compromise means? It's like infiltration, okay? Infiltration come down towards your own self-habits, which means is this. Let's just say you have a vessel, right? And you have a habit of eating artificial ingredients. That is what's keeping you artificial stimulated in order to keep you within the old world. Do you understand? The only way you can unplug is if you unplug with yourself. Do you understand that? So if you want to be in there, go to Walmart, go to Target, get you some. I'm just showing you how to get back in. Some people want to be in that motherfucker. I just want to see what's going to happen when they stay in that motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? I'm an informational junkie. So I like to see what's going to happen. Not trying to stop shit. I want to see what's going to happen, okay? So with that being said, if you would like to be back in there, all you got to do is go to your local store, turn the boxes around, make sure you got artificial ingredients in there, okay? Install the hardware of your vessel, your mind, and your eyes, everything, right back into the artificial reality world. Let me know what's going on in there, okay? Let me know if it's still like you can get in there, okay? A lot of people seem to get kicked out, okay? Okay? Now, the sun, right? A lot of people saying it's getting hotter. No, baby, the sun is still the same temperature that it needs to be, baby. Can I ask you a question? Let me show you something. That way you can understand what's going on in front of you. Let me show you this. This is how they taught us. Is the earth traveling closer to the sun? Or is it that the sun is pulling the earth towards it? Notice, I'm gonna show you something. The more and more it gets hotter, pay attention to the moon, and you're gonna start realizing, yo, where the fuck the moon at, bro? Right. I haven't seen the moon in 3 days. I haven't seen it. The last time I seen the moon was probably about maybe 3 days ago, 4 days ago. It's like I'm starting to forget about it. Maybe that just naturally happened, I don't know. I haven't seen it recently, okay? Not that I'm looking for it. I don't give a fuck about the motherfucker, okay? I don't give a fuck about the moon. I just don't. I love the sun too much, you understand? I don't give a fuck about the moon. I don't. I just don't. I don't. I just don't give a fuck about it, okay? You ever met somebody that don't give a fuck about the moon, but they care about the sun? What does that mean? Do anybody know what that means? When you have a conscience that don't give a fuck about the moon, but only cares really about the sun. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? I need to do some research. What does that mean for real? What does that mean consciously? Like, what I'm saying has got to be more than what it is. I'm saying to you, I don't give a fuck about the moon, but I care only about the sun. Why is it like that? Let's see what happened. Someone said you are what you eat. Yo, you're definitely right about that. Whoa. I'm gonna read some of y'all comments. Y'all funny in here. Let me see that right there. Why ain't nobody talking about the government bombing the sun? They war is against the sun. When you say that, right? What you mean by that, bro? They trying to bomb the sun. Let me show you why I say that. I'm not trying to be funny. Hear me out. I have been paying attention to a lot of solar eclipses. So to me, that's what I've been paying attention to. What you been paying attention to? I want to know. What the artifact said. Show me where I need to be looking at, bro. I need to know that info. Just because you said that, now I'm about to go look up some shit. Right. Is that just a statement? Or is that accurate and true? You need to let us know, okay? All right. Anyways, moving along. You just did that. I don't give a fuck. Anyways. So you understand setups. Look at this. 9/11 was an inside job. Titanic was an inside job. World War I was an inside job. World War II was an inside job. You know what's so funny about that? Majority of everything you just said is definitely accurate. Yeah. We just live around people. We in this big old great America. Americans would never do that. Listen to me. I'm gonna show you the forefront, okay? Let me show you both parties, okay? Listen to this. You got one party that's like, yeah, all those classified records, when it comes to whatever that's inside the sky, we're releasing all that shit. Now watch this. You got the other people that's on the other side. You know the other dummies over there. These states is losing their minds. Anyways, right? You got the other dummies over there like, the people don't need to know this shit. Why you're telling the people and shit? Can I ask you a question real quick? What the fuck are you hiding? Yeah! What you people hiding right here? Stop! Why are y'all trying to hide this? Because they losing control, bro. They losing control. They losing control. Not everybody on the same team. I'm watching. Let me tell you something about white people. White people are at war with their own. Little do you know. No, stop. Stand the fuck back. Watch. You didn't see Charlie just get shot the fuck up? You don't see white people trying to fight that young white kid that's showing all the fraudulent shit in New York City? All right then. You motherfuckers need to stand back and watch what the fuck going on. Anyone can see like, nah, he right. White people is at the war with each other. I told you that. Now, when it comes to us, we are at war with each other too. Everybody's at war with each other. Do you understand? It's not, listen, let me tell you something. Y'all thinking this shit, come here, let me tell you something. Y'all thinking this shit is going to hit with some black and white. No, the fuck it ain't. It's us looking at each other and saying, this old shit gotta die. That's what's happening. Ain't about no fucking color in this bitch. If I could go dig Charlie up right now, bro, and bring his ass back to light, Charlie, bring your ass. I'm fucking with him. Fuck y'all. I'm fucking with Trump too. Fuck y'all. Give a fuck about that nigga program shit, nigga. Where that shit getting us at? Look at our neighborhoods. We got fucking churches infiltrating the technology of our fucking minds. We selling our kids out to fucking school programs. And it's supposed to be life, bro. This is not life, bro. This shit gonna die. No such thing as black and white fighting each other, motherfucker. Because on a simple fact, being real with you, if they hurt me, they'd be like, yo, you just like me. Or like we the same. Our consciousness is fighting for the same thing. Thank you. I can see past your color. I can see past your so-called race and pay attention to what your consciousness is doing. When I'm watching, I'm like, hold on real quick. Let me see this. So y'all knocked down one of y'all own white people because of freedom of speech? Because Charlie was telling the truth? What the fuck is this in the game? Hold on, slow down. I thought it was about race right here. If we all playing color right here, then why the fuck Charlie get knocked off right here? This is why I say let go of the color code game and the race game. That shit ain't nothing. That's a camouflage, okay? That's to make you think, oh, this is what the word about. No, it's not. Little do you know, in many wars, they don't tell you this part, bro. They don't tell you. In certain wars, right, when it came to the North and the South about to fight each other, you didn't hear this from me, okay? But yeah, between that North and South war, yeah, you had certain black people that were fighting each other and shooting each other up. You damn right. You think that shit won't happen again? Huh? All right then. Understand, it's a reason why some of us is in the red belt and then some of us is in the fucking blue belts. Okay? It's a reason why it's like that. Do you understand? We all not the same. Okay? If you understand, when you come to blue states, you will see the difference between us and the red states. You definitely will. Okay? All right. Cleaning house today, right? Y'all gonna be all right. Let me see that. Hold on, let me see something. Can I ask you a question? Let me ask you a question real quick. If that's true, what bomb station are they using? Because I be paying attention to the solar eclipse. Hold on. Come on, you got it. Let me see something. What I'm saying is this. Is this what you are saying, right? Is this self-research or do you have a source? Because we are all doing this right now. Yeah, 716, I'm doing the same thing you're doing. I'm not saying what you're saying is a lie. What I'm asking, is this self-research or do you have a source? That's what I'm just asking. I've been paying attention to solar eclipses. That's what I've been paying attention to. So I'm just asking the question, where's your source coming from? It's got to be a source. How you just generated all that? You just generated all that in front of us. Where did you just generate that from? I'm just asking a question. What I've been paying attention to are solar eclipses. What you just said, right? I'm not, listen to me. I'm not saying they're not. All I'm asking you is this self-knowledge, right? Or did you get this from a source? That's it. I never said it. I didn't say it. That's not that. I didn't say that. I just said, where are you getting this source of information from? Another thing is this. Why are you bypassing what he's saying? Oh, I need some water. I'm thirsty. I'm gonna say this. This is what I'm gonna say. All right. If we all watched the last solar eclipse correctly, okay. I don't think a lot of people watched the last solar eclipse correctly. I'm talking about the one, right, where everything went in darkness and then out of nowhere, everything came back to light. Can I ask you a question? Why did we come back to light? What made us come back to light? I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, nah, the solar eclipse is when the sun and the moon, they align with it. No, it's not, bro. The moon hates the sun. That artificial consciousness of this moon variation broke away from the sun a long time ago. So what I'm saying is this. You couldn't state your source, right? I'm going to go do some research and see if that's accurate. Because majority of people, right, when you speak about something, it's a certain source that you would obtain your information and data from. I can't say that's accurate because I don't know where the source is coming from. Thank you. That's what I'm going to leave you with. I can't say it's accurate. I can't speak upon it because that research, where's it at? And then I'm asking simple questions. If that's really true, right? If that's really true, where's the bombs coming from? Hopefully you're not trying to paint nothing in my head. He's very smart. The reason why I say that is because if you're not trying to paint something in someone's head, hear me out. If you're not trying to paint something in someone's head, the only thing you have to do is state your source. That's it. It's an easy question. When you bypassed it, we all look and say, what are you hiding? Let me see. Hold on. Something just popped up. Hold on. Okay. They said that they're the source. Okay. So you're saying, right, that what you discovered was with yourself? Just confirm. I'm not saying it's not. Oh, we got another pause right there. Hold on, stop. I don't know what that exactly is for, but what I would say to you is that if this is actually accurate, right? Could you give us a little bit more details? Could you state where these missiles, don't state years. We don't want none of that stuff. We don't care about none of that. If this is the knowing now, Where are the missiles being projected from? Come on, you can tell us. Where are they being projected from? You did say missiles. So where are they being projected from? When you say north, right? Understand what part of the north are you talking about? Do you mean north like New York State? North like Canada? I'm just asking questions to get to know. What is the geographical location that these projectiles are being launched from? Don't just give us north. That's not a geographical location. All right. You know I'm going to add, listen, bro. You know, bro, very intelligent. He going to get deep down and start questioning your info because he wants to know where the source come from. That's it. So he's going to keep digging. And when he see you pause, he's like, what are you pausing for? What are you holding back? I know if I'm sharing information today with you, and if you go into question, right, I'm going to give you more of the source because the reason why you're questioning is that you're seeking clarity. That's it. Even Jordan's saying the same thing. He like, I would like to know myself. Inform me. We got a whole audience sitting in the background. Go ahead, bro. We just asking, what's up with the pause? It's like, are you fighting yourself on the other side? Because it sounds like yourself could be speaking about something, but you're like, I don't know if. Don't be with that fear-mongering shit, okay? Don't do that shit with yourself. I want to speak to yourself. That's the one I want to talk to. He's probably going to hide it. But usually when you start questioning, I feel like what was happening, I'm going to tell you what's happening. He's uploading the information and data, and it's the reason why you stopped speaking about the information and data. And then you went into question, okay? Because we're very psychological. You can be uploading something, but we're very smart where we understand, don't say nothing that he's saying. Don't repeat that. The reason why we're not repeating it is because on a simple fact, we're asking the individual, state your source of where you came from or where you got this info from, right? The individual is trying to use the mind and then backdoor it by saying exactly, right? But then when the consciousness asks for more information and data, this consciousness actually pause and stop. So what I would say for my consciousness, I never seen a missile go towards the sun. I never seen that before. So when you're releasing information and data, right, you have to at least back it up with something like evidence, something that someone can actually gravitate towards. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like when I give off information and data, you're literally looking at like he's using the body. So we can't ignore that. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? I am not saying that your information and data is not true or not accurate, but whenever you're speaking to someone and they want to get to know what you know, right? And they have an open conscience to you, right? And they're asking questions for clarity. Not questioning you, they're just asking questions for clarity. When you said that this happened, where's the geographical location that it's coming from? You said supposedly north. North of what? It's clarity. But when you pause, I'm going to tell you, it's just like a student. A student be like, you're teaching us something. Why you just pause? If you notice, why you just pause? See what I'm saying? So you got to be careful when you release certain things. Right. The technology, the minds will not copy information and data or go that way because they're asking you for clarity and you're not providing the clarity. See what I'm saying? And so what happens is where I go from is from what you just said to me is not accurate until I see that it's actually clarified. I can't imprint that in my consciousness. I can't do that. Now, what I can agree with of what I know is that I know about solar eclipses. You understand? That's what I know about. So from that level, I understand that. What he was just speaking about, we need clarity on that. Okay? The individual could have gave you clarity, but I don't know why they stopped giving you clarity. I don't know why. Anyways, let's get into this real quick. Someone said, look at this shit. This shit funny as hell right here. look at this. They always be trying to put me in so many groups. Look at this. Based on intelligence. Listen to this. Freemason? What is that? The Rothschild, Rockefeller owns you. Oh my God. These people be making me laugh on this motherfucking planet. You know what I'm talking about? So based on level of intelligence, right? I had to be a Freemason off top, right? Even though right now, Freemasons would tell you like, we don't know who he is. Who's that? What's your name, sir? No, he's highly intelligent. I'm not gonna lie, but what's your name? The Rockefellers are gonna be like, nah, he's highly intelligent, but what's your name, sir? What's your name? What is down there? The Rothschilds. You're highly intelligent, but what's your name? Yeah, fuck. They automatic. This is what I be saying with people. This shit be funny. People listen to me and they be like, nah, he's highly intelligent. That motherfucker's over there. Like, yo, why can't I just be right here in my own lane? What's up? Listen to me. I have nothing against Masons and all these other people you're talking about, okay? I have nothing against them, okay? Okay? It's just that why do everybody try to throw me in everybody else's boat? That's what I'm trying to understand. So, in a minute, I guarantee you someone gonna come up to me like, you're highly intelligent, you need to become a Muslim. Like, God damn, why y'all trying to throw me in every boat? Why can't just be a conscious being? That's it. Damn. People gotta take it easy. They gotta take it easy in there, bro. Like, they gotta take it easy in there, okay? Oh my God. It brings joy to me when people say stuff like that. They be like, yeah, you're a Freemason, aren't you? Like, okay. Can you tell me where they are? Where are they at? Because if I was around some Freemasons, they would tell you like, we're just getting to know him. Yeah. They'll all tell you that. Okay? All right. Shit is crazy. I guess they gonna put me in there with the Mansons in a minute. God damn. That's what I say, bro. This world is funny. I be like, I'm just conscious. Nah, you one of them fucking Freemason motherfuckers. Like, nah, I'm just conscious. I'm just, just ultra conscious. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using my conscience. Nah, you one of them Rothschild motherfuckers. Like, do you see a license plate on the back of my ass? They say Mason, Rothschild, any of that? No. Dude, my license plate, that's an identification card, right? Does it say that on there? No. What about my passport? No. So why you just threw me over there? Shit, brazy. Shit is brazy, bro. Everybody be trying to throw me in a group, bro. Christians just tried today. Bring your ass over here with that damn shining light. You come back to Christianity. Like, no, ma'am. I don't want to do that, ma'am. You have a nice day. Here come the Muslims. Get your Muslim ass over here. No. Everybody want me to join something, right? And you know why that is, right? Because when you have a conscious that can literally just obtain information and data with itself without pulling from information and sources on the outside of itself, a lot of people value that shit because they look at it as shit. We can use that motherfucker. Right. And that's what everybody, you understand? It's not just, you know, depends on what you want to do. You understand what I'm talking about? Yeah. Let me read a couple more of these comments. I'm going to get to the bottom in just a minute, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, certain things he was like pulling up. I start to pull on that. Like, let me see this right here. Let me see this right here. Because some people will try to get you to say shit. Right. Be very careful. All right. Okay. If an artificial technology of a rocket can't get... Exactly. Bro, it's brazy that you just said that, Jordan, because I was just about to load it up. If an artificial technology of a rocket can't get to where near the solar energy of the sun, what makes you think is a bomb can? Thank you. That's why I be saying, like, as I say, consciously, we'll listen to something and our consciousness will be like, hold on, that's accurate? Like, well, this is what this conscious saying, not what I'm saying. I'm only speaking about what that conscious said. Like, okay, it's not accurate to me though, because I'm trying to, I want to figure out where the source comes from. Show me the geographical location of where these is being projected at. None of that lined up. And then the individual, they backed out. So that let me know, like, to me, being honest, it looked like a conscious is trying to share something with you. But if they're not backing it up, why are they hiding it? That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And then Jordan, he just said, this is what Jordan just said. He said, if an artificial technology of a rocket, which is, he's right on that, it is artificial technology, it's not pure technology, scrap metal if you ask me, right? Of a rocket can't get nowhere near the solar energy of the sun, what makes you think a bomb can? Thank you. So what I'm saying is this, when it comes to man-made rockets, right? Understand, like, yo, if someone tried to do that, bro, you do understand that the sun is consciousness. You know that, right? You know the sun will knock that shit down before it make impact, right? It's a reason why that was tried. I'm not going to say it wasn't tried because mankind do wicked shit. But I'm pretty sure mankind tried it one time and got a response from the sun and realized don't ever do that shit again. Okay? So when you say this and that, I'm like, I never seen none of that before. I never seen none of that. Now, I'm gonna do some digging. But for me, I never seen nothing like that before. I have seen solar eclipses. Yeah, I have seen that where, and I'm gonna show you what I mean. To me, when I'm looking at the solar eclipses happening, it doesn't look natural to me. It doesn't. It looks like what's happening is the solar variation of consciousness that we call the sun. Understand that soul, right, has a solar consciousness. Understand? Always understand that soul can save information and data as a solar memory. I know that's a lot, okay? I know I don't say it all the time, but it's happening in front of us, all right? All right. And so what happens is, let's just say use X-Men 1, okay. Let's just say you have a certain being on the planet, right? And let's just say this being that's on the planet is aligned with the sun, right? In order to receive something from the sun. Let's just say the consciousness and the physical variation of consciousness, which is the moon, knows, right? And let's just say the moon projects itself in front of the sun just when the information and data is released from the sun, now coming towards the consciousness of Earth in order for that conscious to receive it. Is this what's been happening on the planet? Has conscious upgrades, downloads from the sun, have they been blocked by using the physical variation of consciousness, which is the moon? See, these are the angles that a lot of people may not pay attention to, but these are the angles of what I know. This is not something that I'm just like, oh, I'm just thinking about this shit. No, this is something I seen. Okay? So this is why I say when it comes to my knowledge of what I know, I'm using my self-knowledge and showing you like, nah, he's right. He's not lying. Yeah, he's not lying. It sound like, what? I know, but he's not lying. So when I look at that as something that should not be happening. It happened, but we all know what happens after that. We know, okay? It's the reason why you're not going to see the moon for a minute. It's the reason why, I'm going to be honest with you, right? I'm going to say this one more time. Always understand that when it comes towards, we have been taught that the sun is getting hotter. The sun is the temperature that it naturally needs to be. What you have to understand is that the consciousness of the sun has abilities. We have not been taught about the abilities of the sun. But one thing that the sun does, it can pull another consciousness towards it. You know what I'm saying? The sun doesn't come towards you. No, you come towards the sun. Okay? The sun pulls what it wants with it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if the sun is moving a certain direction, we all are moving the same direction, okay? The reason why that is, the sun has an ability, right, in order to obtain any type of consciousness within its energy vortex. Do you understand that? Do you know what an energy vortex is? An energy vortex is like an energy force field. They're the same thing. I may have worded them differently, but they're the same thing. You know how you have your energy within your vessel. Little do you know, you have an energy force field, okay? When it comes into, let me show you. Cut that car off. Cut that. Thank you. Anyways, right? When you have, everyone has an energy force field. No matter if your energy force field is low or high, right? What happens is, right? For me, I have a high energy force field, right? The reason why I know that is because one time I came in contact with a girl, right? And I was standing near her. This is me just getting to know my energy force field. I didn't know what I knew now. But when I was standing near her, we began a conversation. And amongst the conversation, she was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, yo, what's wrong? You all right? She like, no, it's just the energy. I'm like, hold on, slow down. I ain't harming you, right? She like, no, it's just the energy. Like, whoa. I'm like, what you mean, whoa, girl? She just like, it's just energy. I'm like, oh, okay. You must ain't never feel pure energy before, have you? I know, this New York and shit, I know. But she didn't want my energy just to walk away. So obviously that let her know she's like in an energy force field where she's like, oh my God damn. The fuck? How you get your energy this strong? Oh, I just be being myself and shit. That's it. And sometimes what can happen is, right? You can just be being yourself, but sometimes you can overtake energies that are around you. Yes, you can. And sometimes, let me tell you something. When you go out and about, right? Everyone has an energy source within them. It don't matter if it's high, low. It don't matter. Everyone's operating off energy. When you come around some people and they give you those faces, it's the energy that's within them. The energy is letting you know you are a higher energy source, and I need you to get the fuck away from me. It's afraid of your energy. You understand? So when you keep your energy up, you'll be like, yo, no way. Excuse me, sir. We're not going to copy any of the information and data of what he's talking about until he grabs the information and sources of what he's speaking about. Thank you. He was still there, right? I thought the guy probably left out or whatever the case may be. But we're not going to begin that conversation anymore. Source, okay? State your sources of where you're coming from, all right? All right? All right. Because you did say, right, that, you know, you said where it came from. Well, we just asked, where's the geographical locations that these projectiles are coming from? Okay, you never answered that question, all right? All right, so we're not gonna go back and forth with none of that, okay? You have your info, you do your research. I have my info, I'll do my research, okay? You have a nice one. I just don't fool around with information and data if you can't show me geographical locations that I can actually view upon this earth and agree with you. I can't agree with you. I can't. Because words are very powerful. Spells can be downloaded in the mind and then projected. Thank you. So you're not going to use the technology of my mind in order to project a scene like that towards the consciousness of the sun. Thank you. That's how I felt in that exchange. Because, let me tell you, amongst us, we don't hide information and data. We're going to state it for what it is, okay? When we see you not trying to seek clarity with us, that's when we back out, okay? All right, so that conversation can be for him. That has nothing to do with me. Wipe that conversation out of consciousness, thank you. We're not going to get into that. Leave that by the wayside. All right. It's just like what Jordan said. Jordan said, inform him, right? And then bro said, if not, he'll go find out himself. See? So we'll see if that's accurate. It's just that what we're saying is, whenever you're sharing information and data, right? First off, you're not gonna argue with no one, because I ain't arguing with you. It's just that we'll just ask you where your source is at. Now, if it's the source of yourself, great. Use the technology of yourself in order to point others into what yourself know. Thank you. You understand what I'm saying? So what you have to understand is, right? What's up? Because what we see is there's no clarity that's given. You understand? At least if you can ask me about the technology of the eye, body, mind, I can give you clarity on it. Usually cells give you clarity. They don't leave you in limbo, okay? All right. All right. I would say that they are in trouble because they worship a false image of the Christ. I would say that. Earl said, yeah, I don't need to get no produce from the grocery store. I know better than that. Peace, blood. It's funny how you said that though. like it looked like your avatar be like, no. You said produce from where? No. Produce from where? No. Like, what do you mean? No. You're not. What are you doing? What are you doing? How you know that came out the ground? How you know? Cause it said produce right here. Shut the fuck up. Now try to burn it. Oh, it's not burning. Okay then. Keep telling your ass that right there. You know what I'm saying? That's when you talking to your people and shit. You know what I'm saying? You trying to help they little silly asses because you already know already. You know? It's just like I'm going to tell you. I hate watermelons from New York. I hate them shits. Yeah, I hate them shits. Because the watermelons in New York, bro, I kid you not. Bro, I be looking at them shits. I be like, I am not buying that motherfucker. Like, I'm not buying that motherfucker. Like, look at that shit. That shit look like it's 3D printed. Look at that motherfucker. Bruh, we know, like, bruh, as a Floridian, we know what real watermelons look like, bruh, and they don't come out no perfect circle. The fuck is that? You know, some watermelons be lopsided. You know what lopsided mean? It mean like it's so big, right? It got that big ass hump in the back. Some wild natural grown shit. This shit a complete circle. Get the fuck out of here. No fucking watermelon look like that. What's wrong with y'all? Now this watermelon right here. Shut the fuck up. How's it watermelon with no seeds in it? Setups. Fuck wrong with you? Oh, you a ultra smart motherfucker. Oh, that motherfucker alive in there? How the fuck you know that? Bitches in front of us. Fuck is you talking about? You gotta watch these motherfucking stores talking about this watermelon. Shut the fuck up. And the watermelon is premature for one, and it's a perfect circle. Get the fuck out of here. Don't no damn watermelon grow like no damn perfect circle. It does not. You're not gonna find no watermelon that's a perfect circle. That's how I know it ain't real. As a Floridian, ever since I was small, all the way up until now, when I eat a watermelon, bro, I don't eat it from no other source. I eat it from Florida. You know why? Because at least I know it's a real watermelon. Do you understand the tech? All right then. Y'all better pay attention to these 3D printed foods, that, especially them damn pineapples. They done fucked up the pineapple game. I go get me a pineapple and I'm like, hold on. I'm cutting this motherfucker. What did you say and shit? Ah. And why is it so hard now? Pineapple supposed to be nice and soft. What the fuck is this? It's a pineapple. Shut the fuck up. They over here trying to lie. That's not a damn pineapple. They got these New York damn apples and shit. And then you try to burn them, the shits don't even fucking burn. You New Yorkers is some satanic motherfuckers. Y'all is. New York need to burn with the Statue of Liberty. Cause ain't nothing to liberate it. The only thing they try to liberate themselves is from what? The consciousness of Christ. Everybody understanding New York State like New York State is a hidden garden. What? You know, you come here. You remember they was talking about the Garden of Eden? Yeah. All that shit is in New York. What? They keep separating the timelines. Okay? At one point in time, New York was the Garden of Eden. Okay? You wouldn't know that though. The reason why you wouldn't know that is because they industrialized New York State now. If you pay attention to New York State as a whole, you would understand. Stop paying attention to the buildings. Right. Just pay attention to the whole scene around you. You would understand. You'd be like, nah, he's right. It is a big ass garden. That's what it was. It was a big ass, beautiful garden. Full of a whole bunch of cats. That still live in this motherfucker today. They just call it humans today, right? Right. We know what New York State is. We know what's really behind the surface of New York. New York got some wicked shit in there, but New York used to be like a piece of the heavens. Little do you know. I ain't gonna say it was directly heaven, but it was a piece. It definitely was. Because at one point in time, I would tell you, the Christ was right here one time before. Right here in New York. It wasn't caught in New York, though, but he was here. Yup. You can still see his footprints today. If you know yourself, though. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't know themselves just yet. But I would tell you, Christ definitely was in New York State one time before. It maybe wasn't called New York State or New York at that point in time, but he was in his geographical location. He definitely was. A lot of people don't want to say that. The reason why that is because, right, they're going to tell you that the Christ was on a different landmass. No, the Christ was right here. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, the Christ has been in many a different landmass, but one of the first is right here. It's not no fucking Africa and none of that. I don't give a fuck what no one say. The first Christ was right here in so-called America. Okay? Everybody want to get it confused. Africa, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Want to sit here and lie and shit. Christ already know, like, Christ know his own geographical locations of where it first came in when it landed upon the earth. Everybody is in Africa or Egypt. Shut the fuck up. He was here. Only he can speak about his own story anyway. You bunch of humans are a bunch of fucking knockoffs. Can't talk about his fucking story. And then y'all fucking lie. You made the Bible. Isn't that right, human beings? Fucking rewriting shit from the timelines of the Egyptian gods. You motherfuckers are satanic as a bitch. You motherfuckers sat here and tried to make the Christ into JC. Everybody know the original Christ starts in the Egyptian time frame as well, too. Amun-Ra, you have Queen Nefertiti, you have who else is in there? Many are different sun gods. So it wasn't just one Christ. There is the first, right? But anyone understanding the Egyptian time frame, it actually tells you who Christ is, though. Yes, it does. It doesn't tell you about no JC character. The Egyptian time frame literally debunks the Christian time frame if you read it right. Someone called him Amun-Ra, Shiva. He has many a names. That means that he has transcended many a times. Thank you. Without the father of that Egyptian time frame, none of the children exist. None of the Christs exist.